Water. It's something we can't live without. After a state of emergency was declared in Benton Harbor over contaminants in their water, Lizel Clark, the director of EGLE, testified before the House Oversight Committee. With more, here's CW5's Thomas Fournier.
Today, Lizel Clark, director of EGLE, testified before the House Oversight Committee about lead service lines in Benton Harbor. In the last month, Benton Harbor has declared a local state of emergency because of lead contaminants in drinking water. The problem stems from the city's main service line into residential areas. It's compounded by a lack of detailed records on the state level of how many homes still use lead pipes in many communities. The Natural Resources Defense Council estimates that Michigan has nearly 500,000 lead pipes still in the ground.
I don't have a silver bullet for these problems, but what I can say is that we've all been working on these water infrastructure issues, cataloging it, working through asset management plans whenever possible with communities to help them prioritize where they're spending their dollars. We see our role, of course, as regulator, implement our statute, but then also when you all make determinations about appropriation, those are dollars that flow to communities, that help communities make these improvements for their people.
This issue extends beyond Flint in 2014 and Benton Harbor today. Both of these events are a part of a much larger conversation around Michigan's clean drinking water infrastructure and what we do and do not know about our water services. Senator Ed McBroom says residents should not panic. He suggested that they talk with local officials about what work is being done to ensure their municipal water is safe.
Benton Harbor, from what I know so far, it appears that the anti-corrosion measures were not being effective, which, that's going to have to be, asked a lot of questions about why it wasn't effective there and yet seems to be highly effective in many of our other communities. So I think that continuing to discuss replacing lead lines is a really important conversation, and it's certainly something that we're just in the last budget appropriated a significant amount of money to do. However, people shouldn't be panicked as long as their community is taking the very aggressive testing and monitoring steps that show that the coating that we put on the lines to protect us from old lead lines is being effective.
As the Senate Oversight Committee chair, McBroom said he requested documents relating to the issue from EGLE, Benton Harbor, and the governor's office. He'd like the information to begin flowing in as soon as possible, but Senator McBroom expects further discussion will take place in about a month. McBroom said in order for the state to understand and properly investigate the extent of the issue, both sides need to work together toward clean water for all Michigan citizens. This is Thomas Fournier with ABC 10 and CW5.